Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, August 29th. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us. Well, it is Labor Day weekend, and that means thousands locally and millions around the country will hit the roads. Denise Douglas has more on what AAA is telling drivers.
With gas prices much lower than they have been for the Labor Day weekend in the past 4 years, check it out, regular is at $3.55. You can expect a lot of drivers on the road for what will be the last vacation of the summer for many people. And as you know, it's better to get started earlier rather than later. We spoke with a number of people about what they plan to do as they hit the road. And what about the traffic? How nervous are you about hitting the road with traffic?
I'm pretty nervous about that. I think it's going to be terrible, especially coming back on Monday. So.
Any strategies for sort of avoiding traffic?
Just getting up earlier. Probably try to get up bright and early. We're leaving Saturday morning and then coming back on Monday. So.
I mean, there's multiple members or multiple people driving, so I'm not really too concerned. I feel as though I'm going to be asleep majority of the trip, honestly.
And there are a number of tips from AAA that you probably already know, but they are definitely worth repeating. For example, avoid running red lights and stop signs. Drive the posted speed limit, buckle up, avoid aggressive driving, don't drink and drive, and of course allow yourself enough time to get to your destination so you do not have to speed. You can always visit their website for more details. I'm Denise Douglas for CTV News.
And you can log on to AAAMidAtlantic.com for more travel tips. Also, keep in mind that the Prince George's Police Department will be conducting a sobriety checkpoint in the southern part of the county from 9 this evening until 3 in the morning.
And the state's health department has confirmed Maryland's first case of the mosquito-borne West Nile virus this year. Officials say the individual is an adult who lives in the National Capital Region. The disease, which can cause flu-like symptoms, was also detected in mosquitoes collected in Harford, Montgomery, Talbot, and Prince George's counties. Symptoms include fever, headaches, body aches, and in rare cases, the illness can be fatal.
So prevention is mosquito bite. Trying to prevent mosquito bite. So insect repellents is going to be your best line of defense. Things like off and deep, things that have something to keep the mosquito away. Because if you can avoid getting bit, you can avoid getting the disease. And so prevention is definitely the way to go.
Health experts also suggest eliminating mosquito breeding areas like standing water. Well, human testing of an Ebola vaccine is set to begin in our area next week. The National Institutes of Health say 20 healthy adult volunteers will be inoculated to determine if the vaccine is safe and effective. The NIH says testing will happen at its Bethesda campus. A spokesperson says the vaccine cannot cause Ebola in the volunteers being tested. Several hundred people in West Africa have contracted the deadly virus. The World Health Organization says Ebola has killed more than 1,500 in this latest outbreak.
12 years ago, Sergeant James Arnault and Private First Class Elizabeth Magruder were responding to an emergency call when a man shot and killed both deputies. Today, on the anniversary of their deaths, the Prince George's Sheriff's Department, family, friends, and of those from the fallen heroes came together for a wreath-laying ceremony at their memorial.
The citizens that they serve forget that they are people, and that there's something besides the badge and the uniform. There's a human being that had a life that should be remembered.
This is something that is not only for their family, but it's for all the coworkers, everybody that has ever known Jim and Liz, and something that we have to do in order to make sure that everybody will always remember the sacrifices that they give.
This moment of solidarity, and to say to the families that we won't forget, and that on behalf of the community of Prince George's County, and all of its citizens, that we recognize and hold high the sacrifice that these members made.
Well, Sergeant Arnault and Private First Class Magruder were the first deputies to die in the line of duty in the history of the Sheriff's Department.
A standoff with police in an area hotel ends peacefully. Investigators say an armed man barricaded himself inside a room at the Holiday Inn on Baltimore Avenue in College Park at around midnight. Police were called to the hotel for a report of a man threatening to harm himself. Now, the ordeal later ended 3 hours later when police apprehended the person. He'll undergo a psychiatric evaluation. No one at the hotel was harmed. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.